Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson. Thanks for tuning into the video. And for this one, I'm sitting in the very first Genesis that I've ever driven in. This is the GV60. So I don't know anything about this car other than the fact that this is an EV. And I want to take this and give you my first drive impressions. I've driven other EVs before, but I have never driven a Genesis. And so far, everything that I've seen in here has been really interesting. The materials, the design, the look of certain things is really, really interesting. For example, there's this really crazy gear shifter in here that flips open when you turn on the car. So the guy says, hey, it's a safety feature. It's very gimmicky, but you know what? It looks really cool. Anyway, let's get started with what you can get with the GV60. This is the 2023 model GV60 Performance. So in terms of powertrain, this thing has a 160 kilowatt electric motor for the front axle and also a 160 kilowatt electric motor for the rear axle. This has a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, and it has an electronically controlled suspension and also electronic limited slip differential. Now, in terms of the exterior, this is finished in the Matterhorn white color. So it's kind of like a play on words there because this is like a matte white finish. So you have to take a little bit more care with it so that it doesn't get ruined over the long period of time. In terms of interior and convenience, there's heated rear seats, heated and ventilated front seats, and power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. This has a 12.3-inch navigation system, 12.3-inch fully digital instrument cluster, heads-up display, and it comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and also premium audio from Bang & Olufsen. But with that out of the way, let's go take this thing for a drive. This is basically kind of like a mid-size compact crossover size, and this is an electric vehicle. It's got 40% charge in it, so it should be enough for me to go for a quick drive. So let's do this. You could probably see this right now, but I'm going to turn this car off, and that just flips over. So let's turn this car back on again. I mean, this looks like an old school rotary dial telephone, but let's put ourselves into drive. Okay. Got my mirrors all set up. Let's go for a drive. So already I don't really have to use the brakes very much because this has that whole one pedal driving thing, right? Because with electric motors, it can also act as a brake. So when you slow down or when you lift off the throttle, the motor will actually act as a generator. So when you're lifting off throttle or when you slow down, it'll try to recharge the battery. But already I could feel the handling of this car is very good, and just climbing up this hill, it just pulls and pulls. Wow. But yeah, in terms of handling, you know, most of your weight is down below, and that means that there's very little body roll. And wow, you got to really be careful because unlike traditional cars where you could really hear the sound of you going faster and faster, this is just a very seamless transition between 0 miles per hour to law-breaking speeds. This thing just feels so smooth. It feels a little too smooth. But it drives like other EVs where the power delivery is very instant. There's this button here. It's a yellow button. It says boost on there. There's no turbocharger, so I wonder what that's gonna do. Oh, jeez. Wow. I mean, I'm guessing it dispenses the energy more efficiently, but man, it kicks you in the gut. Yeah, so that dual motor, both 160 kilowatt electric motors, I mean, that's just a lot of power. But in terms of ride quality, this rides pretty nicely. I mean, this feels like a proper luxury car. It looks the part, feels the part. This has that blue finish. I don't know what kind of blue you call it, but it's got a very retro blue finish with this yellow contrast stitching on there. Looks pretty classy. I'm pretty sure you could spec this out in other various colors, but I really like the yellow piping, the contrast stitching on here. It's a good contrast compared to the blue. Road noise is pretty decent too. You don't really hear a lot of stuff from the outside. It's a fairly windy day and you don't really hear very much of that. So that's really nice. But we're about to get on the highway here and let's just go from a standstill. Now this is a yield, so I'm just gonna go from a complete stop. How about that? Let this car go and then 0. Whoa, man, it's like mind altering. Wow. And there's like no drama from like 0 to like 90. Wow. I mean, I didn't go that fast. You didn't see me going that fast. But whew, this thing feels really smooth and can be a little bit dangerous if you're not really paying attention, because that vibration, the road noise, the wind noise that you normally feel with internal combustion engine cars or like less polished cars, those are giveaways of like how fast you're actually going. With this car, I don't really feel very much of that. Like you could be, again, going like law-breaking speeds and not aware of it. But anyway, here I'm doing the one pedal driving. I just lifted off the accelerator and I'm already kind of like, it basically feels like I'm applying the brakes. So it's something to get used to. You could probably tweak the level of regen like in most cars, but I haven't done it here. Again, this is just kind of like a first drive review. Hopefully I'll get this for a week-long loan so that I could do a more thorough review. And if you want to watch that video once it's ready, it'll be linked up here. As for first driving impressions, ride and handling feels really nice. Steering feedback, there's some disconnected feel to it, but overall, you know, kind of like on par with other mid-size crossovers or compact crossovers of this size. It's a beautiful looking car. I love the design of this. The paint is beautiful. I love that dual daytime running light configuration with the Genesis. And what a quick EV. And I know like all EVs are, you know, fairly quick, but this has a giant ass motor that is going to get you going pretty quickly, and a decent sized battery as well. So I want to thank you so much for watching all the way till the end here. Again, if you want to stick around for that review, the full detailed review that I normally do on this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you've learned something from this video, consider hitting that like and also hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified anytime we make a new video. I'll wrap it up right there. My name is Hanson. This is the 2023 Genesis GV60 Performance, and I'll see you in the next one.